Welcome to the next episode. Not that you missed something, we just put it back on to fit.
Roughly.
the rough fitment. So yeah, this episode we're going to, well, try and get the Mazda back alive with the outer piece. So yeah, lots of things to do. I think.
Yeah, lots of measurements.
Yeah, because this needs to be very accurate, otherwise the door won't close, or the
Trunk
won't close, or whatever can happen. So yeah, we need to be 100% sure before we are going to do a weld. Lots of interesting things. Let's get started. So now we're actually making the line where we are going to cut the car. This is our new part, and now we are going to make here a cut line where we eventually going to weld them back together. And we are convinced because we matched up a lot of the spot welds along here, so this should be about the same size. More or less. Yeah. So right here we're using the multi-tool with a very thin blade. Works really well on these body panels, and it gives a very nice clean cut without any sparks, so it won't damage the inside or the paint on the roof, etc. We missed one spot weld which kept this piece on.
Dat ging makkelijk.
Alright. Well, now we need to work with this. No choice. Here we are making our line for the second cut. Fingers crossed. Again with the multi-tool we cut this line where we eventually going to weld it. Now we're going to see
Your Christmas card.
if it will fit. This is the foam.
Fits!
Oh.
Die moeten we tegen vasthouden en dan wat. Ja, kijk eens hier man, hij zit hier binnen ook.
It's spot on. Look, when you weld we hold it a little inside, and look, if you see the line here, it's like spot on.
Kijk eens, hij
Well.
gaat.
Well,
Bye bye. Kijk eens naar je deur.
pretty
nou.
amazing actually. This is like,
The gap of the door,
it's all in line.
and it's not even welded already.
No, because it will, down here it also needs to fit well, so
Yeah.
it's not even the perfect fit now, but we're getting close. So here we did use the grinder for the bottom part, and then the multi-tool again for the top, and after that this was finished. Lots of progress on the back. I'm really happy with the garage I actually have, but space is getting a bit limited. So since the front was already finished, sort of, or we just need the parts, and we have a lot of the parts right now over here. We also have a new headlight, yay, which is great because they are quite difficult to trace and track down actually for the right one. So yeah, going to put a lot of stuff on the front, so we got rid of these parts then laying around everywhere, and well, it would look a lot more finished then. Let's go. This area is actually below your wipers, under the pear vent. You will never see it, but it was a bit dirty, so I just cleaned it up. I thought, well, why not, now we're at it. So here I'm going to work also on the bumper bracket. I always tend to put the bolt back in, so you don't forget where they need to go. Quite helpful. 2 cables off, which we should not forget to put back on, otherwise the car won't start. So I'm putting back the bracket on for the front bumper, because the washer bottle is also on that. So I'm just trying to line it to the original paint lines. We might still need to twist it a little bit, but everything always has a few millimeters of play, so that makes it a lot easier. I still have the original brackets on here, so I just need to take those out. I will save these because they're still in one piece and sometimes they break. So that's a lot easier to have them laying around. Then we have this whole bundle of wires, which is on the same place, as you can see. Then we have these two ground cables, which make the full loop, and they go right here, I think. Yeah, like this, as you can see. And that can prevent your car from starting. So that's also why a crashed car sometimes don't start, because if this would be pulled off in its fullest and these cables would be ripped off, you would never create a loop, so your car won't start then. So you would think you will buy a crashed car and the engine is failing or whatever, but it might only be these two cables, or maybe only just one, you know? Next up, the washer bottle. I did need to double check how it was fitted. Oh yeah, yep, it was here. This quite often is the most tricky part. Where was everything? I do see now here a clip which broke. This comes from the other Mazda, the whole front member. This one goes in here. Then we have here our clips. And here we have the washer fluid cable. They have like a yellow one and a this one, which is on the pump, I will show. So that's one washer bottle. This one is supposed to be like this. This is usually the biggest issue when there has been a long time between taking something off and putting something on. But putting the wires back together, they always match up to each other. You can never really swap them. The same for the washer fluid pipes. They can only fit one way, and the same for the clips. They will all only fit in one way. So eventually you just need to start with it, and that's how I usually do it. We'll see where it ends. These go to the front bumper. This one goes to the headlight, from what I think. The new paraffin. I cleaned down everything. You will never reach this again. Well, just looks a lot nicer if it's clean. So these are just 6 bolts on each side, and then 3 in the middle. Furthermore, we have to put in the wiper motor, and well, when that's bolted on, that's done for the top side. One piece of the paraffin. This was a bit of a puzzle to get the rubber fittings where they had to and push the silicone pipes for the washer fluid in the right position. So I had to take it off, put it back on quite often. With these kind of things, you just need to go for it, and eventually things will fall together. New headlight for the right side. Broken in one piece. This one is just missing all the electronics, which are quite simple on this one because it's not xenon or LED, so we can just, well, basically pop them from this side. So you can see it's not in one piece anymore. And put them on this one. So then it will be in one. All the wiring harness is still okay, so we're just going to swap them around, and then the headlights should go on. What I checked for was this number and that one is the same as this one. So if these ones match up, I should be quite sure that it is working. So I just put them next together and swap them from one side to the other. This is a very easy way, especially if it's still sort of intact. so you can actually see where it has to go. So first I do wiring, for example, put this on in the right spot, the lamps, etc, etc, etc. One lamp. Then we just have the connection here. That's it for now. Cool. Really cool. So we came up with an idea. We need to respray quite a lot of the car, of course. This one needs white. Looks a bit better then. But Mazda also has this GTM line where they actually spray these plastic covers also in the same color as the car. Since we need to respray a lot of the parts already, we actually decided to also do it to give it an extra boost, you know? So I'm going to take off all these covers so we can at least already start preparing them before they well, get into the spray cabin and where we are going to respray it. So ourselves, by the way. So yeah, I'm going to take these off for now. A little bit stupid of me. I see they slide on, slide off. So I can just tap it on that side and it will come off. Oh well, that's how you learn. With that finished, back to the welding job. Alright, we're going to weld on some plates to back the panel to avoid that we burn through. So first these ones and then the final panel.
Hi.
So yeah, let's go. These small backing plates will just give a bit more strength also to our welds. We're thinking if we have forgotten something, we apply some seam sealer because it's all on his on his pants. He just wiped it off.
It's all about everywhere.
We're standing against it, so yeah. Re-seam seal. We saw this was in between the panels. This closes up a gap to avoid moisture from coming in. So we saw it for we've seen it was applied here. Probably the water from between the trunk. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We finally got it in, and it was time for the first weld for the outer shell. Now there was no turning back, but we were sure it was fitting nicely and everything was in the right position. We can't move it anymore. And it's really nice, as you can see. It also feels very nice.
Yeah.
So we're doing something good. That's also why we took so much time for preparing. preparing.
Yeah.
Because now we know it will fit well.
It's most important.
So yeah, after that we just had to do so many welds. Not only these bead welds we were doing to close the lines, but also all these old spot welds we had to plug weld. Hundreds. Big achievement. We're completely wasted. It's a lot of spot welding you have to do,
yeah.
And a lot of work and a lot of sanding and grinding.
Yeah.
But the recorder is back in. It's really cool.
It's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
look.
And it fits.
Like a glove.
Yeah.
Everything. It's oh, the window falls out now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Oh well. Yeah, it fits in really nicely actually.
Yeah.
Oh, if you open it. Ah. Yeah.
And when you get tired, it falls out very nicely also. Yeah.
But it's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need, of course,
Bit of body filler.
yeah, a bit of
But it's quite good already. It's only small.
You can't afford using body filler. I think.
No.
No, it's
No, body filler,
it's nearly impossible.
It's always shrinking a bit, but it's not a lot.
No.
It fits all quite well. It looks very good.
This
Also
was
here,
a tricky part
Yeah.
with all the corners, but we also welded this one nicely up. As you can see, it's
Jeff got his grinding diploma with grinding this
corners.
edge out.
look at the edge.
It's incredible.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
When it's all painted up, you won't see a thing of it anymore.
No.
Here we got it all matched up, and well, we can try.
No, we don't try, we do it.
We do. Ta-da!
Yeah. It's very nice.
Over here it sticks out also slightly, so it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And of course you can always move a little bit if you want with certain things.
It's
So
not necessary.
No.
It looks very good.
it looks very good. So yeah, rear quarter is in.
Up to the paint work.
So yeah, up to the preparations for the paint work. More sanding, and after that we could start using the body filler. So we'll use the body filler in 2 times.
Or 3.
Of
I don't want to sand till Christmas.
It's almost Christmas, so.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas. But
It would only be sanding for 2 weeks then, so that's
Yeah.
fine, right? We still need to seam seal the wheelhouse because it's the joint needs to be filled up with this, of course. This one. Over here. This is where we paired the old Mazda with the new Mazda. So yeah, we should not forget this, otherwise it gets quite wet inside. And of course, after applying it, my dad was sanding everything down. What's on your hand?
again.
No. But eventually everything was sanded down and ready for paint.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view.
So this was the spray filler that we used.
Holy moly.
The spray filler, which fills up the body filler we did on by hand. This we can sand down to like perfect. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Brings you back to the old days.
Yeah. Long time ago. No. 7 years, 8 years, I think.
Yeah. This is also the old spray gun he had from back then, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it still works.
Yeah. It's just like cycling. Once you can do it, you never forget.
Yeah. Yeah, now we need to let it dry. We decided to put on 2 layers of this spray filler. This way we could sand it down without sanding through and eventually having to redo it. While you're at it, please subscribe and like this video. Spray filler is on. Now we need to let it dry for the day and well, then we can sand it down till it's really flat. But yeah, that takes time. So this was it for today, probably, isn't it?
Yes.
Looks good, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last step before putting the real paint on.
Yeah.
And then it's finished.
Yeah.
Then we're ready.
So each of these panels needs to be sealed with this polyurethane sealer, and we actually realized they sprayed it the color over this sealant. So each panel they seal up with this polyurethane seam sealer. I will not be able to produce this probably because it's quite thin and runny. But yeah, we'll seal it up. Everything will cover this. So in the end, it will do the same job. It might not have the, like the OEM look, but it will be sealed. It will do its purpose, and well, we will be happy with that. So my method was, while putting it on, tapping it up and down, which gave kind of that rippled look. I was quite happy. Well, it's a bit thick. I think I'll run it down and we're just going to be happy with it. Never done working this seam sealer before, so what I decided to do is flatten it, and then with a plastic or a piece of plastic I gave more of the ripple effect. Alright, I'm happy with it. And quite honestly, it doesn't look that bad, right? Meanwhile, I went on holiday with my dad.
Okay, hello. Jeffrey's on holiday, he went skiing, so I'm gonna start finishing the car. Today I want to spray the inside parts of the door and the inside of the door itself, because that's much easier. Then we can mount the door back in the car, and then, well, when everything goes okay today, then I can start to sand and prepare the whole side of the car and spray that tomorrow or Saturday. I am on holiday too, a little bit. So I see how it goes. If everything's okay, then, well, for sure this weekend the side of the car will be sprayed. Well, that's a big step forward to finishing it.
And he did finish quite a lot. At this moment, the inside of the door, and of course the rear quarter at the first layer of paint, and the door on the inside was completely finished, ready to be put back.
Hello, here I am again, still all alone. Today I've decided to build an extra spraying step in. You can see here this frame part. I'm gonna spray it first because it's much easier for me when that's finished. I can close the trunk, and it's much easier to mask off the rest of the car. I also have this beautiful red door. Well, it will be very hard to cover that at once because I've got a white piece and a white piece on the left and a white piece on the right. And I want to make sure, 100% sure, that this red won't shine through the white. To give such a door 4 or 5 layers at once, it's a bit hard. So I want to give it 3 layers today. It should be quite covered then. And then tomorrow I'm going to spray the whole side at once. Another 2 layers and the pearl coatings on top of it. And it should be covered then. So I won't have any color difference between the panels, because that would be very, very pity. I also have a very hard piece over here. That's this side. I put my hand in front of the camera. I'm very handy in it. It's this side, this here. This is a small corner at the front of the door. I want to have that very good covered white also, because when I shot the front door, it's impossible to get paint in that gap. So I'm gonna do that also today, and then tomorrow I can close all the doors, I can mask everything off, and then I can spray the whole side at once without opening and closing doors and trunks, and because when I have to spray an whole side, I want to concentrate on that side and not on every details all around it. So that's gonna happen today.
And this is the end result. Nearly all red is gone. The next will disappear with the next layer. So yeah, while I was on holiday, he just shot all these small frames with his iPhone, and I'm really happy with this. He done such an achievement on this car. This whole right side is now completely painted up. Very little dust spots. Considering we done this in our garage with just some plastic sheets, it's it's an achievement. We're really happy with this.
So, anyone seen Dexter? There he is. The guy. We're going to murder a Mazda. So we build our own spray cabin. Should work great. My dad used to do it all the time in the past, a long time ago. So we will do a coat on these plastic pieces of the Mazda because we want to turn them white. So the same color as the whole bodywork instead of the normal black. So yeah, first we're going to do a primer especially made for plastic. And after that we're going to do like this spray body. And after that we can do the color, etc. So yeah, let's go.
So this is it's a transparent coating, and this is the primer, which actually makes sure that your next primer layer will stick on well on these plastic pieces. Without this extra layer, it might come loose eventually. So we rather not risk it. When the primer is fully set and cured, we use the spray filler again. We give it a thick coating to fill up the texture you normally have on these these plastic panels on your side skirts. With this thick layer we can eventually smoothen them down and sand them down so they will be as smooth as paint on your regular bodywork. This is a lot of extra work, but we think it's well worth it. And this is how it looks like. You can see already the texture is nearly gone and it looks really smooth already. We also use the spray filler on the front bumper and the rear bumper. Why? This spray filler, especially on the front bumper, will prevent stone chipping to instantly see the black underneath. The rear bumper we do the same with, especially to cover up the black texture on the bottom part. And again we also use the spray filler on the bonnet to give it this thick layer in case of stone chipping, etc. And it gives it the first white layer, better for the base color of the Mazda.
It smells really good. But they are in the primer right now. Looking really good. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff painted.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff.
yeah. Big progression.
Yeah. So really good.
Back in the tent. So my dad has sprayed the whole side of the car, including the door. There he is.
Hi.
He's putting on his full suit. Now we need to do the front rear bumper and all the connecting parts, which we also want to have white. So we're back in the spray cabin. It's a lot warmer. When my dad was doing it was snowing, it was -3. Now it's only 6. But yeah, going to be a lot smoother probably. So yeah, our tent, everything looks fine. Everything is sprayed on the first primer. We only have the mirror cap and one of the wheel arch liners that needs to go still in the primer and then back into the paint. So yeah, only the bonnet left after this.
So here goes the first layer of Mazda white. So again, this is a 3-layer paint, which involves the coat 1, which is this, which is actually the color itself, the white color. After that you get the pearl, and after that you get the high gloss coating.
The morning after the paint work, it looks stunning, really looks stunning. If you imagine, this is just, well, it's a carriage. I'm very lucky to have it. But yeah, only with a plastic wall, etc. Look at it. It's unbelievable. Yes, there are some dusts in it, but we can polish these ones out. Probably in the summertime when we are outside, just quick polish. But for now, look at it. The wheel arch trims, they look amazing. This was the new one we got and was black in the videos. So we quickly overlapped all the paintwork, but it looks great. So look at these. They're stunning. This pearl white is really a cool color. It looks great. So the front bumper came in a primed layer. It already had a primer on it. On this part. This is normally black. We want it white, so we sprayed it also. But probably that was a water-based paint or primer. As you can see in the videos, we did like the spray putty. We did another layer, especially for this one, and we thought we'll do the rest also, because we also, of course, sanded it down. Probably the spray putty became too thin, the first layer. We added another layer, but that's solvent based, and it came in contact with the primer, so the water-based primer. Then everything is fine, but when spraying the first layer of white, because it's triple coat, as you can remember, it started dissolving the primer layer. You can see these wrinkles, and here, and here, and here. Especially these ones, you can see really well. That was sad news to see during the whole spray job. It must be that there's a water-based primer on this bumper, because the black part, the original plastic black part, which we primed, etc., has nothing. And all these parts are also fine. So it must be this stupid water-based primer on the front bumper, which, well, messed up. But we still need to do the bonnet, the top side. So we're going to prepare this one again and let it dry for several days. So it's really, really, really dry. And then, well, respray it again. At least the white is on. We don't need to do a lot on it. But yeah, sometimes things don't go as you hoped. The paintwork is officially done. Bonnet is in the color. Front bumper, this time it worked out without crackling of the paint, of the primer layer. So officially the Mazda can be put back together. So going to tear this whole thing down, our spray cabin, clean up, because it's a big mess actually, and well, then we can start rebuilding. At this moment we have all these parts that got sprayed in the white color. And now they're in the way, and parts have laying around like this when they're sprayed. It's quite a risk. So the Mazda, I'm going to put I'm going to put some of the strips on the car to get rid of them, and we need to start building up now. Because we have all of that, but there's still so many parts everywhere. We need to have the inside of the door, we need the window, of course, it's somewhere in here. And it's still complete. This door on the inside. We also had a pigeon in the tree, I'm afraid. Always good. And, well, yeah, let's hope we can still figure out where everything goes. Then we are fine. So for now, I'm going to put some of these strips back on the of bumper strips, that's the name, etc. Side skirt, etc. Yeah, let's go. These door strips actually push on with simple clips, so the same for the wheel arch liners. It was pretty quick and easy. I got a new way of working. Whatever I get my hands on, I put it on, and we'll see where we're at. So the most difficult things is actually remembering where everything needed to go. It's been now several months since we started with the car. We stripped it completely, and now you need to put it back together. So yeah, it's always, this one needs to come off, trial and error. Some things you need to take off again and put them then back on. It is what it is, I think. It also makes it a bit fun, quite honestly. Yeah. All right, some double-sided tape. And that's one window trim. While putting on the door card from the rear door, the window wasn't working. Nothing to do with that, so I'm afraid it's a fuse. So it doesn't really matter. I'll connect it up with the other door card, which looks a bit better, and we'll start searching for a fuse, probably. But guess what? It wasn't a fuse. So again, there's one earth wire here, which was loose. Might that be from the window? We're going to find out. The wire is back on. Let's see. This one works. That one works. This one works. That one also works now. Unbelievable. One wire and your window stops working. One or two wires in the front, as you can remember maybe from previous, and the car won't start. Yeah. We need to look out for that one. That's a long search. So far I've had like 3 hours work already. All these small bits and pieces. So the window rubber, everything is in the back. I put the liner of the trunk in, the light. The rear lights can only go after the rear bumper. It was getting dark, but I finished up all these small things, including the whole inner liner inside of the car and the interior. Quite a big accomplishment for today. Together again? We think the final day.
Yes.
So yesterday I ended with the side skirts and interior, etc. We put the bonnet on already. It looks amazing. It looks like a car now again, which is really great actually. We're trying to adjust the fitment to let it fit a little better, but so far so good. This was of course damaged and it still fits quite nicely, so yeah. The new grille, it's going to look amazing. Furthermore, on the front bumper we put on the parking distance sensors, and well, this grille was left before putting it back on. Yes. Ta-da! Really nice, this all white bumper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect.
Front bumper is finished, so we're going to finish up the rear one. Then we're going to pull the car in and put the bumpers on actually. So yeah, making good progress.
Yeah.
It was a second-hand bumper, but this car came without parking sensors. So we actually had to drill them out. And the cool thing is, because it was an original bumper, on the inside we could actually see the markings where they had to go. This way we were sure they were in the right spot, so we wouldn't get any faulty codes or whatever, or readings, but also the wiring was of course then exactly in place where it had to. So yeah, this was really quickly done actually. Now it was time to put the front bumper on. We quickly put the Mazda back in the garage, and then the front bumper is bolted on with the same bolts as the front lights. Only an additional ones in the middle piece of the plastic up the top of the radiator, and then some more bolts from the bottom in the under tray.
We're going pretty well with the front bumper, and we don't have that many screws left, so I think we're doing something good. Now only from the front side, only the trays from the bottom trays. Yeah, and then the front is done actually. So yeah, that's good. Well, this was like half an hour underneath the car like this to put everything where it had to. I mixed up quite a lot of screws and nuts, etc. So that made it a bit more difficult. But in the end, it made it easier when you kind of move things in the right way. It then falls all back together, and that's the only way to do this. So yeah, here you see me searching for whatever I need. It's really fun to approach the ending. And then the rear bumper was the easiest you could ever imagine. And now we realized the Mazda was done. It's finished.
Job done.
All done. Only the window still needs to harden. This was one amazing adventure I did together with my dad. We've done it before, but never made any videos of it. Now, seeing this back has been such an accomplishment and such fun to do actually, together with your family, and also for my mom. Big thanks for watching everyone. We are finished with the Mazda, and well, it was quite an adventure. We have done a lot of work actually. Big thanks to everyone who liked it and subscribed actually. The next project is there. And it's going to be a big one. Slightly more damage than the Mazda had. Just a little bit, but it's also like, it's quite an extraordinary car also. Yeah. They're quite rare also. So yeah, what's that going to be? Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And yeah, time for a big surprise.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute.